Good morning. My name's Steve Walkup, and we're going through a series on the Gospel of John. In our first segment, we talked about the problem, that is death. Because Adam did not listen to God and took matters into his own hands by listening to Satan, he decided to eat of the tree of knowledge, and when he did, he died. He died two ways. Physically, the process of death started in his body, and spiritually, he was separated from God. That's what death is. It's separation. So he would no longer be able to walk with God in the Garden of Eden, and physically, he would die. So what is the result? What are the consequences of death? Well, first of all, you don't get to walk with God, in which he created us to do. But second of all, at the end of your life on this earth, and when you die, you go into the ground, that's not the end of it. There's something in the future that's going to happen to you. John, the same person who wrote the Gospel of John, wrote the book of Revelation. And in Revelation chapter 20, verses 11 through 15, we see what happens to everyone who is dead. He says, "Then I saw a great white throne, and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. And there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before God. And books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged according to their works, by the things which were written in the books. The sea gave up the dead who were in it, and death and Hades delivered up the dead who were in them. And they were judged, each one according to his works. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And anyone not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire." Now, this passage explains to us exactly what happens to someone who is dead and does not have their life changed. They go to the great white throne judgment, they stand before God, and at that time books are open, everything they've done in their whole life, all the works that they've done. Some people think, do my good deeds outweigh my bad deeds, and that gets me into eternity with God? No, it's do your deeds justify life. And this passage says no one's deeds justify life. The only way you can change your destiny from going to the lake of fire is to have your name written in the Lamb's book of life. Next segment, we'll talk about having your name written in the Lamb's book of life.